Exciting. A stunning report in London's Independent today. The newspaper reporting that Arab states may ditch the dollar and switch to a range of currencies for oil trading, and that secret talks have been held with China and Brazil. The report was met with quick denials. Saudi Arabia's central bank governor said it was, quote, absolutely incorrect. For more on this potentially explosive story, Francine Lacqua joins us now live from Istanbul, and she has a guest standing by. Francine, take it away.
Thank you very much, Eric. And we are hearing from time to time these reports. Today, it was the Independent, as you were rightly saying. Let's now get to the guest and ask him exactly what he thinks. John Sfakianakis from Bank Saudi Francis. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. Now, we are having this report today saying that the Gulf states want to get away from the dollar as the main currency for oil. Now, this has since been denied, but we have seen some movements on the currency. How likely is this that it will happen in the future?
Well, again, it's music to the ears of speculators that now they have a story to play around with for the next few hours, if not couple of days. I think that the statement of the central bank governor of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Mohammed Al-Jasser, was quite clear, and the record has been very obvious. The states have not depegged, they haven't revalued. They're very confident on the dollar, and they have been supporting the dollar. Needless to say that a lot of their foreign assets are based in the U.S., they're dollar-based, so they have a lot at stake. But I don't think that this story has any validity whatsoever.
These whispers and talks, though, crop up every couple of months, really putting in question the supremacy of the dollar. Is this just a way for Gulf states to put pressure on the U.S.?
I don't think so. I don't think that history has demonstrated this. The Gulf states are not in the habit of putting pressure. If anything, I think the relationship with the U.S. is one of interdependence. We are in many ways stuck to the U.S., and the U.S. is stuck to the Gulf states. We are pegged to the dollar. We sell the only thing which is important to us, which is oil, which is priced in dollars, and the U.S. is consuming a lot of oil.
But for how long? I mean, we see also Russia, the Chinese trying to put a little bit more pressure. I mean, can this go on forever? Or do the U.S. really need to make sure that their dollar gets a little bit stronger actually quite fast?
Well, obviously, when you have a lot of changes and concerns about the global economy and the fate of the dollar, then you do have a lot of discussions. And on the sidelines, we have been hearing over the past few days about these concerns that the Brazilians and Chinese, and this is not the first time the Chinese voiced it back in March, obviously. But I think this is going to continue as we're trying to revisit where the U.S. economy is going. But the U.S. also has to show the signs of confidence and the numbers.
John, what does it mean for the price of oil? I mean, is it just an extra incentive for the investors also to speculate on the price of oil?
Of course, the dollar is getting weaker. As a result, oil prices are going up. So there is a linkage there, clearly. For the oil-producing states of the Gulf, oil at 71, 70 will probably give them enough money to either break even, maybe have a little bit of a deficit, or maybe a little bit of a surplus. But, a few months ago, we were talking about oil at 30, 35, 40, and this was kind of dismal for the Gulf states. Now it's far better than what we expected. So I think that on the revenue side, the Gulf states will continue to do very well.
We've been here for a couple of days now. We have all the heavy hitters in town. Is there anything that surprised you out of the discussions, out of the people you've been talking to that maybe you weren't expecting just a couple of months ago?
Well, I was expecting that there will be more of a positive light or touch to things. I think if there is anything I'm coming out of these meetings is cautiously optimistic. There is a touch of optimism, but it's very cautious optimism. So I think this is where we are. And, the U.S. has to deliver, as I said, on the numbers. The dollar is getting weaker. This is of a concern to everybody.
John, thank you so much. And, of course, cautious optimism is also what we've been hearing from the CEOs we've been speaking to here in Istanbul. Deirdre, Eric?
Francine, thank you very much. Francine Lacqua there for us, as she mentioned, in Istanbul.